Hello there, guys. This is a really cool game that I've mentioned a couple of times on stream. I was not planning to actually make a video about this. I was thinking about showing replays as on the regular replay weekend. Sadly, this weekend I got some things going on. I couldn't stream, so I thought that now that the new patch is coming, it will be such a waste not to show this replay, so I decided to make a YouTube video. Now, right out of the bat, I see you're probably seeing the number on the screen and it's like, holy crap, it is a really long game. It is, but it's completely action-packed. I just edited like minor details from the replay to make it a little bit more easy to watch. But it's a really good game. I cannot stress this enough. Now, let me explain what you're seeing on the screen right now. First and foremost, this is a game when I was playing Akaga, but this is not from my point of view. This is from the point of view of Fisto. Fisto is a friend of the community and a VIP on my channel on YouTube. And we happen to get into the same game together. I mean, if you can see, we're not even on a division. We just bump into each other really late at night when I was trying to play some carriers and trying to complete some of the things that I needed for my set F6 a grind on the dockyard. If you can read the in-game chat, you can even see that I say hi Fisto, and Fisto answer back. We were not expecting this. Now I'm gonna Saipan. I'm sorry, the enemy is in a Sansang, which is essentially an analog of Saipan for the Pan-Asian line, and I'm running a Kaga Black, and here Fisto, who is the main point of view, it's playing a Dmitry Donskoy, and this is a really cool game because more time than not, okay, especially if you're playing something like a cruiser that is like a long range HE spamming light cruiser, something like that, because Donskoy is, I mean, technically it's still a light cruiser due to the caliber, and it plays pretty much like that. So if you take a look into the in-game chat, you will realize we're constantly in communication. We are not on a Discord call or anything like that. We're just trying to share as much information as possible, and we're trying to get these things done. I think it is really important to show this game because I really think it is important to show that if you guys communicate with people in the chat, you can get really good team play. Now, the first thing that I do is I try to realize what's going on. Fisto, as you can probably tell, he's just getting ready to get on a nice comfortable position. He's trying to reverse into the cap, maybe trying to be able to disengage if things get tough. I immediately call if you see shots on the Minx, realizing that at least 2 DDs are on A side. I try to call the shots on the Minx, and the team immediately respond. Fisto immediately says yes and starts shooting the Minx. Now you can see on the chat that it's essentially Fisto versus 1, 2, 3, 4, around 5 to 6 ship, which is not exactly the best thing. My Fletcher is also there. He's trying to get the cap. He's trying to make things happen. So right now I'm just trying to get as much spotting as I can. You can see the Dodge Cruiser launching an airstrike into Fisto, but he is quick to move and get away from the path of the drop. I think actually the Dodge Cruiser didn't even manage to drop anything because Fisto essentially killed all the planes before they could land anything. I immediately drop air support because I don't know if the Dodge Cruiser will try to do another airstrike. So I just try to drop some preventive fighters on the area. You can see my fighters flying over Fisto and the Amalfi. That's a lot of torpedoes. Good thing the acceleration kicks in and Fisto can immediately disengage. I keep calling targets. I keep calling in the in-game chat, hey, let's try to get that Dodge Cruiser, because I mean, I've been checking some clips on the Dodge Cruisers. They seem to be really strong, so I decide to go for it. I decide to tell him, okay, let's try to make it happen. Let's try to get the Dodge Cruiser. When the Dodge Cruiser disengage, I immediately decide to go for Yugumo because it's really important. First and foremost, that Yugumo doesn't get on our side, that doesn't flank us, and even more important, it's a DD, it's a destroyer. Destroyer should be every single time that is possible for you targeted and focus and harass. killing DDs win games, and that is exactly what I'm trying to do. I get lucky and I land 2 torpedoes on Yugumo. Sadly, the Yugumo takes a really sharp turn and immediately ducks for cover to disengage. So the Yugumo is really low in HP. It's trying to disengage. It is really tough. There is an Amalfi, an Atlanta. There is also the Donskoy, and I'm of course also trying to kill the Yugumo, just flying above, trying to keep him spotted, waiting for my cruisers to pick up the shot and take down the Yugumo. And Fletcher gets really good with the torpedoes, takes down the North Carolina, and the enemy is losing 2 ships to 1. But this is about to change, because if there is something that we have learned on this game, is that you just cannot underestimate the ability of your team to completely throw a game. Fister got radar on cooldown. There's nothing he can do, but he knows that Yugumo will come out from behind that island. Of course, he's popping Hydro. We cannot, there is the torpedoes. We cannot afford to lose him to those torpedoes. HE. And Yugumo takes the kill on the Amalfi, which is really bad. But Fister shoots HE, takes Yugumo down, and we take that one home. So take a look on this. It's 8.5k damage, and it's already a kill. And most of that damage has been on a DD. So it is really important to understand that not everything on the game is just big numbers and trying to farm damage. Because at this point, he could easily be farming, I don't know, whatever else. But right now, he's trying to focus every single ship on broadside, ships on low HP, and of course, the high priority target, like, yes, of course, destroyers. I keep constantly communicating through the in-game chat. I'm trying to tell him. I drop fighters also, because I see the Interact is going again for another airstrike call on him. Here comes Ibuki. There is the Dutch cruiser, and I'm about to see a Dutch cruiser engage Atlanta, and I'm really worried. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to call support on my Atlanta, because, well, it is still a light cruiser, or a super light cruiser in the case of Atlanta due to the caliber. And Endrak, it is a heavy cruiser, a really big, beefy cruiser on that tier. So that means Atlanta doesn't have a lot of options right now. He's going in. I'm guessing he's trying to get really close to use torpedoes maybe on the Endrak. And I'm trying to drop as much as I can. I'm trying to support there. I'm dropping fighters to prevent maybe the Dutch cruiser from calling airstrikes, successful airstrikes on the Atlanta. Fisto immediately understands what's going on, and already it's maneuvering, trying to pick up the pace, get behind this island, move towards it, try to pick the kill on the Dutch cruiser, and hopefully save Atlanta. But that's gonna prove to be really hard. He indeed arrives to the place, but not before the Atlanta dies to the York, and he starts shooting at the Dutch cruiser. And if you see, it's been around 8 minutes into the game, and everything that is being happening so far is being nothing but action. It's being nothing but Fisto moving from one place to another place, trying to pick low HP targets, trying to provide some support for the teammates, trying to scout for the DDs, trying to get something done, trying to get things that will, at the very end of the day, influence how is going to be the outcome of the game. Now he changed targets. He tries to get Ibuki. And if you can see on this side, it's only me and Fisto versus 2 cruisers. I start running reconnaissance on the other side. If you can see on the other side of the map, I'm also dropping fighters on the Alabama on C side, because I want to keep them alive. I see they're getting harassed, so I try to go there. While in the meantime, Fisto is trying to pick a little bit more damage on low HP targets, trying to get him out of the game, trying to remove the EPM of the game, because if you can also see, we're losing a lot of ships. We are really down on ships. We're losing ship after ship after ship, which is just not a good signal. And again, with 30k damage, another ship goes down, and that is 3 ships already, always on the move. Donskoy is a ship that really likes to get maybe on a flank and start kiting and moving, especially throttle kiting, that accelerating and decelerating to disengage. That's why he was backing up into the cap. But when he realized that the team was slowly but surely going down, he realized he had to take a bit more proactive stance and start looking to make those plays happen. And that is exactly what he's doing. He's trying to get shots on the Fletcher. On the moment we spot a destroyer, Fisto immediately tries to take the shot. Fletcher goes down, or Kirakase kill it, but things are about to get a bit too interesting. So take a look. Again, the Ibuki keeps hiding and kiting and fighting, which is, well, pretty much what Ibuki does. That is literally what it is. Now you can see the Fletcher after dying launch torpedoes, and those torpedoes depth strike or Kirakase, which is horrendous. We just lost a Didi. We cannot stay ahead. Every time we pick up an enemy ship, one of our ships go down, and it's really frustrating, but there is not a lot we can do. Now Fisto is picking a fight with Ibuki. Ibuki is trying to keep a really good angle, so Fisto is not taking chances and is just bowing in and using HE, and Ibuki is moving from one side to another. You can see Fisto destroying the torpedoes, which is going to make it a little bit easier and safer to engage the Ibuki. Now I decide to do something. I think I'm going to run torpedoes on the Ibuki, and something is going to happen. He is either going to take my torpedoes, or he's going to do exactly that. He's going to turn and show full flat broadside to Fisto, who already loaded AP. And you can see, and you can probably already tell what is going to happen. One torpedo connect and follow up by clean salvo with AP straight to the citadels, and another ship goes down. 4 by now, and you can see in the in-game chat someone saying like, what the hell was he doing? What he was thinking? Why would he show broadside? And that is team play. I just literally forced the guy to show either broadside or take the torpedoes. The Ibuki took his chances with Donskoy, didn't work out, and he went down. Now we got Charles Martel also trying to join the fight, also trying to stop this Donskoy that has been doing pretty good on that side. He's trying to get that cap. He's trying to get something done. And you can see how Fisto immediately tries to get an island between him and Charles Martel, because there is no way that Charles Martel is gonna lose a gunfight with a Donskoy that low on HP. So I try to immediately support. You can see Fisto calling requesting support, and I'm on my way to drop bombs into Charles Martel. As much damage as I can do is every tiny bit of damage that I can do on Charles Martel is less time that Fisto will have to deal with it. So essentially, the faster we kill it, or the quicker and cleaner we kill him, the best is gonna be for Donskoy, and the safer it's gonna be. He just used the last heal, 1.2 million potential damage tank already. Fisto is not doing that good when it comes to HP, because he just went through its last heal. It just burned the last heal. I do a drop, not a lot of damage, but I force a fight on Charles Martel. He starts to pilot, and of course the Charles Martel was expecting Dmitry Donskoy to come from there, so he pre-launched torpedoes on that corner. And now my guy Fisto is on the chase. We need to take that Charles Martel down. We need to remove the advantage on ships. Charles Martel have the guns on Mayhem. He tries to take the DD down. He keeps shooting. I say in the in-game chat, please, Mahan, whatever you want to do, please try to stay alive. Please try to stay dark, but it might be difficult because the Sansang is already on the way to pick the kill. And Kraken, there it is, a Kraken for Fisto. That was a really good play. Just constantly harassing, constantly on the play, pushing and doing as much damage as possible, trying to protect the caps. If you can see by now, he already got 18 defender ribbons. 18 defender ribbons. That's a lot of defense ribbons. He's just really playing for the objective, really going for it, really just trying to get things done. And if you see the damage counter, it's not a huge damage counter. You can probably see way bigger numbers on the screen if you were watching any other replay, like let's say a Thunderer, or maybe any other like super strong ship. But this Donskoy is a different type of thing. It's just way much more methodical. It's a little bit more precision strikes, if you want to say it that way, because you pick on the targets that you need to pick. You could get way much more damage if you just sit and farm any given battleship or any high HP target and try to get as much damage as possible, but damage is not gonna win games. Objectives will. Sang is coming for Fisto, is trying to pick up the low health cruiser, makes all the sense in the world. And it is, if you can see the game now, as I told you, the Sang picked the kills on Mahan. Mahan is gone. It is only Fisto and me. I'm trying to tell, anticipating that we're probably gonna lose C. I tell Fisto to please go to the A cap. I will meet him there. I have no more planes. I've been dropping planes pretty much on all of my teammates by this point of the game. There is only 5 minutes left. I have no more fighters, so all I can do right now is just tell him to move to the A cap so I can move my carrier then, so I can move my carrier there, and of course use my built-in AA to try to support him. He keeps picking up planes, he keeps damaging Saipan's, well, Sang planes in this case, and he's trying to get it done. He's immediately moving there, just as I forecast, just as I told him on in-game chat. They're going for the C cap because they really need to get caps. We're going for the A cap, and I'm just trying to get as close as possible as I can to Fisto, because if I do that, I can trigger my auto fighters on my body, on the carrier, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Fisto's trying to be careful, always keeping a island between he and any target to make it harder for Sang to drop on him. This is, as you can probably tell by the replay, from the previous patch, so that means on this point of the game there is still not the strafing mechanics, and the strafing mechanics is something we have to talk about on a different video. We will be talking about that. I mentioned briefly today on stream, so that's what I'm always telling people to maybe also follow me on Twitch, so you can get a little bit more of a real-time analysis of the things as they get released. So he changed target. He's going for, of course, the Sang is the best target he can take right now, and that's literally what he's gonna do. He's gonna try to pilot and pedal as hard and try to maneuver and wiggle as hard as possible to keep that Sang away from him, to prevent that Sang to pick the kill that will give him more points. And again, 2 more reset ribbons. He's just hitting and hitting and hitting and resetting the cap, because that is the way you win games, by constantly focusing on the objectives, and that's exactly what he's doing. He keeps connecting shots. The Sang is having a really tough time trying to pick the kill on Donskoy. He just cannot. He just don't seem to be able to pick up the kill on Fisto, just as I can't seem to grow on YouTube. So maybe consider dropping a like and a subscribe if you're really liking the content. I've been speaking for like 20 minutes. I think that's gonna be worth something. So please, I'm begging you, just drop a sub now. Come on, do it. Just do it. Come on. You can see Dimitri is still trying to pilot, still trying to wiggle, shattering sab, bouncing the sab, trying really hard not to die. 76k damage, 5 kills. I'm just desperately trying to make a run to find Fisto, but it's not gonna be enough. He just keeps shooting. He's not going quietly into that night. I do a drop, Sang really low, Sang on fires. It's just 5 seconds fire because it's a cutter. Sends another salvo, seems good, and yes! That is the 6th kill with 82,000 damage, 6 kill, and every single kill has been a high priority target. It's either been destroyers or carriers or cruisers guarding or anything that will contribute to the outcome of the game. And you can see on the chat, everyone is super hyped, everyone is super happy, everyone is enjoying the game, because at the very end of the day, and we mentioned that on the in-game chat, and I mentioned that every single time I have a chance, it doesn't really matter if you win or if you lose. If you're having fun, if you're having real honest fun, you already won. And I can tell you for the fact that I have so much fun playing this game. Having really close games, even if you lose them, is way much more rewarding than having a stompy game. And even the best part of this is we didn't even lost this game. Really close, really close. It was only me versus the 2 last enemy ships. I'm trying to just keep an angle, don't show any broadside. At this point, I understand all I need to do is survive for 20 seconds, 15-20 seconds, and I shall be okay. They take the last salvo. They connect, they do some damage, nowhere even close to pick the kill on me, and that's when I decide it's time to go. We just won this game. Okay, lads, that's pretty much for everything for today. I think that was a really, really good game. As I said, I enjoyed it a lot. It's something that I was not planning, and it's something I really wanted to show on replays, but I didn't have the chance. And now that the glorious replay system of World of Warships is not working really good, you always have to be recording your replays because you won't be able to play them or show them on the next update, which I absolutely think it sucks. So thank you very much for everything. If you like the content, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one. See you later, guys.